What is up, everyone? Welcome back to 246 Productions. I'm your host, Condu246. Let's get right into it. So today we have seen a lot. So this just before we get into this great interview, this is going to be really awesome. I'm really excited for this with Mitchell Pyke. So we'll get him on in just a sec. But before I say anything, I just want to say that the date that this interview is being recorded now, it's the 9th, currently at 2:20. It's the 9th of April, 2021, obviously. And so this interview was meant to be recorded before Easter. So if I'm saying some things that are a bit out of date, this is also pre-recorded, so it won't be uploaded the same day as we're recording. So if the news is a little bit old and I'm missing some stuff, it's just because we're talking about old stuff, the stuff in the good old days, which was before Easter, obviously. So, Mitchell, we'll get your audio in. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm excited to have you on the show. This is my second time doing a live interview with someone, so just excuse me if there's any problems. But this is my second live interview, and the last one I didn't even get uploaded, so hopefully this one can be uploaded. I'm really excited. And anyway, so what we're going to be talking about today is we have some stuff written down here, and I saw you were earlier in our DMs talking about the Lil Nas X shoes and the music video.
Yes.
Cool. So we'll have a talk about that today, but first, we still have the COVID restrictions here in Queensland. We have to wear masks everywhere we go. This is why me in the studio, I'm presenting, so it's green screened out the green parts of my mask. But so everyone watching this live is got to wear a mask and like your mask too. But before this, we went into there was a 3-day lockdown in Brisbane. Luckily, I was able to avoid that. But do you think, I put out a poll on my Instagram and I saw that you voted that, I said, is it total overkill or the best decision? You said it was the best decision. I want to know why you said that.
Well, they have the people in Queensland have been getting pissed with the Premier because she hasn't done really anything about COVID. But then when the Brisbane stuff happened and they went into lockdown, they all got pissed at her for putting it into lockdown. So I think she made the right choice, and we don't want to have another outbreak like March last year. So yeah.
Well, that's fair enough, but what they did promise a lot earlier, that there was not going to be another lockdown because they were going to spend lots of money in the contact tracing system and they're going to have everyone vaccinated. That was their plan. But they're currently holding thousands, maybe even millions of doses of vaccines in freezers all over Queensland, and they're not getting them out there just because they want to get them to the right people first. However, they've got them to most of the nurses and stuff and most of the border people, but they're waiting for the people who are healthcare workers in the Please Keep Me Safe Brigade, as I like to call them. They're saying, they're saying that they're waiting for people to get off their holiday so they can give them the vaccines. However, I think first they should be giving them, if they've got enough nurses vaccinated, enough security people working in hotel quarantine vaccinated, shouldn't they get people vaccinated who are in aged care homes, disability homes, and people who are high risk, rather than wait for these Toodaloo, Please Keep Me Safe Brigade workers to come back from their holiday?
Well, the question is, does the vaccine, does it stop, what's the word?
The UK strain or COVID? No. What?
No, does it stop the vaccine from getting, what's the word? It's oh God, I've had a mind blank. Uh,
That's okay.
like getting from people to people, does it stop being transmitted? That's the word. Does it stop getting
Oh, well, listen, I believe it is, but I believe it does stop it a lot more, but there is some cases where it does get transmitted. However, what this vaccine does the best is it stops you from getting so sick. I don't know if it completely eliminates the chances, especially only after one dose, but if you gave it to the old people in the aged care homes or old people where they're most likely most vulnerable, I feel like that's when they that's when they don't get as sick and they don't die, and they can still keep not declare Queensland a hotspot, because over the holidays we lost billions of tourist money, just like billions.
Yes. Well, I mean, you do have a point. They should be giving it out to the elderly because they're the most risk, but they shouldn't really call it a vaccine, however.
Yeah,
Doesn't.
I guess you're right on that point. All right, so moving on.
Hmm?
So have you heard? Obviously, okay. Let's go. Let's move on to schools, Australian schools. Now we've got one absolutely messed up thing about what happened, an incident in Australian schools that we'll talk about later. But first, I want to tell you: have you heard? So you've obviously heard at our school as well. Like many other Aussie schools, they're starting to ban mullets, buzz cuts, and heaps of haircuts. How do you feel about this?
Well, I hate the mullet. I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, just look at it. It's honestly, it's just if you want to grow your hair long, just get it like all frizzy and not don't get it like a mullet.
Fair
God.
enough, but the point is, in a free country, should we be able to choose, have the freedom of choice, or do you feel like schools should be able to make that policy?
Oh, well, yes, yes, they should be able to wear a mullet, but
You don't like the haircut, that's what you're saying. You don't like the
yes,
mullet, but they should ethically be able to.
yes.
Okay, I understand that. All right, so I think we can move on just because, uh, yeah, lots of schools have banned the mullet, so I just wanted to quickly go over that. All right, so yes, maybe the title of this video, I'm not sure what the title of this video is going to be, but I've got to say, these Lil Nas X shoes, this music video, you've been, I know you've seen the music video, obviously, you've been DMing me about it, but what's your thoughts on the video?
Well,
The
it
memes are
is,
crazy though. The memes are crazy. Whether
indeed.
it's not so Christian, the memes are crazy.
Well, it's not Christian, that's the first point. Well, it's kind of like he's coming out because back when he released Old Town Road, he came out as gay. And
Did
so
he?
this is probably yes. So this is probably like his coming out. And yeah, I've seen much worse music videos. Take Queen's I Want to Break Free, where they all dress up as females. So yeah.
All right. Okay. Um. All right. So sorry, I've just fixed up it. Make sure that's full. Anyway, I'm trying to moderate the stream while still okay. So yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. How do you feel about the shoes though? So if I have a look here, if I can get up a window capture. Hang on, no, I've got another one. This one, screen. I want. Oopsies. Okay, this one. Here it is. Lil Nas X company he made these fake Nike shoes. I think they're fake, that have real human blood on them. Now, they have the Nike logo. Now, Luke 10:18, I believe that's a verse in the Bible. But so they've made them out to be Nike, but really Nike had nothing to do with this, they say, and they've sued them, and apparently they have human blood on them, which I don't like anything to do with Satan, like, against, like, yeah, what's your thought?
Well, I mean, he basically took Nike shoes and then just basically like did stuff with them and then sold them. So that's not really good. But
Do you think he should be sued?
Yes, because I think that's plagiarism.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Is
Maybe I
it
don't know.
plagiarism or is it a parody? The thing is it a parody? Apparently, you're allowed to make a parody, and the definition of a parody, I don't know much about it, but I'm not sure whether it should be. I don't think it should be. They have Nike. They're making Nike obsessed, like they're not obsessed, but like in a way that they have something to do with this human blood. And I'm sure there's heaps of Nike clones out there. Like you can look up fake Nike shoes that look exactly like Nikes made in India or Bali for like $20. But really, the reason why they're doing this is because this is a celebrity who's released limited edition shoes using their name and making a lot of money, but mainly the fact that they're making them look like they have something to do with this music video that there's a lot of backlash against it.
Yes. Well, could Lil Nas X be the spawn of Satan? Could he be a satanic person? Could he? I mean.
All right. So I think let's move on to the next question. So let's have a look here. All right. So we've done that. We've done this. We're almost done here. But I have a few more things to ask here. So have you seen in the news, this was a while ago, obviously before Easter, but if we have a look, these parents are absolutely outraged because they forced boys at a school. They forced the boys at a school to stand up on assembly and to apologize, take a knee and apologize to the girls next to them for what men and as a gender have done. Nothing that they've done themselves, but it's something they're demonizing a lot of people, and like even mums are outraged that they're demonizing men, and it was an irresponsible decision. Have you seen this yet?
No, I've never heard of it until now. No.
It's been on the media a lot lately, and yeah, I wanted to know your thoughts.
Well, I don't believe they should have apologized. No, I mean, they've done nothing really wrong.
Yeah.
But the other people should have apologized, yeah.
Yeah, and
this week, the whole world was stunned to learn the latest lefty lunacy from here in Australia.
Sorry, can you hear that? Can you hear?
Yes.
So you can hear that coming through? Good? Right, I'll just make sure everyone else can see this on the... Well, all right, so we'll play this and just have a look at this.
When at an entire school, all the boys were forced to apologise to the girls for being boys. The story went around the world.
I think that's ridiculous. Especially when you put it that way. They're forced to apologise for being boys.
And Suzanne Della Basic, who was the journalist from the Herald.
And get this as well. Every single person did it. No one stood up for themselves except for one boy in grade 10 who got sent to the principal's office and was going to be expelled or something, was going to be suspended. But they went to 60 minutes, and 60 minutes gave him a current affair, and a current affair gave him a lot of bad publicity, and they didn't end up expelling anyone, which is good.
Old son who broke the story. She joins us now. Suzanne, great to see you. How are you?
Good morning, Rowan. How are you?
Yeah, we're really good. This is a great yarn, so tell us about it. Why you wrote that the parents were furious. Tell us why.
Sure. So parents contacted me really furious about what had happened. They told me that their sons were forced to stand up in assembly and apologise for their gender. Obviously, in light of what's going on across schools at the moment with the whole issue of sexual harassment and consent. So there were a lot of disappointed parents because...
Now, before I go on with this, just to all the viewers out there, I do have to say this. I'll switch it over here now. I do have to say this. For what they're apologising for, I understand. It's terrible that this is happening, and this is happening lots and lots, and it's just happening more and more. Although it's only 1% of men, it's still terrible, the things that happen. But when boys as young as 12 are being demonized, they're making them out to be predators, and it's just not right. They're apologizing for something that they haven't done. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's my point of view. It's just these sick individuals that are doing the wrong thing. Obviously, men do this to women a lot more than women do this to men, which is still ridiculous and still terrible. But when we're forced as a gender, when we're being demonized and getting this name, that's when I find it ridiculous. Don't you?
Yes. Well, anything that can happen to a girl can happen to a guy. Kind of.
It can happen in reverse as well. It doesn't. It just happens to, I guess, women more for some reason. But
Yes.
do you want to keep watching? I guess we can.
Sure.
because they said that the school didn't notify them beforehand about this assembly.
Yeah, if they were at least doing it, they should at least have like some an option. It should be optional at least, you know. And they should be notified before.
And
And it's good that they're having a talk about it, but they should not be forcing the boys to say this.
they said, why should their sons all be labelled the same? So that's where the
Yeah, they say all labelled the same. Wow.
outrage was sparked from.
Rita.
Oh, yes, well, collective guilt is never a good idea. Now, the principal here has come out and said that, yes, this was well-intentioned, but perhaps making the boys apologise for being born boys was a mistake. What are you hearing from the parents and the school community? Are they happy to move on, or is this a sign of the sort of indoctrination that we're seeing at schools? But what have the parents said to you?
Oh, the parents are very upset about what's happened. They're quite furious that the issue was obviously, in a school assembly, and that their sons were forced to apologise.
Right, so we understand that this is just ridiculous and obviously stupid, but it was a mistake, and the principal, I think, apologised for it somewhat. Although, and I think it's all good now. We're coming up to 20 minutes, so I'm going to stop the video there. But before I go, I wanted to ask you, Mitchell, thank you very much for being on here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being on this show, 246 show, 246 Productions. And I also wanted to ask you, is there anything, I want you to plug your Instagram, plug anything. I want you to say, like, is there anything you're working on or anything you want the people to know about?
Well, PLC has a musical coming up called Grease.
Oh yes,
So
I've heard it.
go-
Are you in that?
Yes, I'm in the
Yeah,
ensemble.
I saw your post too. Yeah, that's right.
So I would love if you could come show Grease some support.
Definitely.
That's
yeah.
it from me.
All right, so go go to Greece, people, where can you get tickets?
The event centre, they come out first day back
Is
to
it on
school.
the event centre's website?
Yes.
All right. So if you go to the Caloundra Event Centre's website, I believe it's caloundraeventcentre.com.au. I believe that's their website, and yeah, I believe it should still be going ahead. And with COVID, obviously, but that's what I'm talking in regards to. Hopefully, and if there's one or two more cases, Palaszczuk or the Please Keep Me Safe Brigade doesn't toot their horn and go over the top and add stupid the things they do. Just don't call it lockdown. But regardless of that, I'm excited. I want to see that. I want to see you there, Mitchell. I'm very excited for that. Anything else? Do you want to plug your Instagram or anything? Any other projects?
Nope, nothing else. Follow me on my Instagram. That's it, really. Thank you for having me on the show. It's been a pleasure.
All good. So I'll link Mitchell's Instagram down below. So have you officially left TikTok? I saw.
No, not yet. June.
You're leaving TikTok on June. Why are you doing that?
I don't know. I just wanted the feel for TikTok, really.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
I
it
understand.
doesn't. Nothing excites me anymore on TikTok.
Yeah, I used to
anymore.
watch a lot of TikTok, obviously, especially during that quarantine. But now I just don't feel like it's giving me the what I used to feel about it. And I feel busy. But what I have been doing, if you guys want to follow me on TikTok, apparently it's good to start a TikTok, so I'm starting a TikTok of my own, and I'm posting 6 times a day to be able to go viral. So help me go viral, guys. Go follow me at Condu246, sorry. And so if I can get viral on TikTok, hopefully I can put those fans over to YouTube. That's my goal there. Anyway, thank you very much for coming on today.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right. Thank you. And this is 246 Productions. I'm your host, Condu246. I'm out.